Rua de Shanghai, Portuguese written word for Shanghai. I'm gonna go explore it and kind of show you what's all around here as well. There's casinos behind me, including Star World. Looks different at nighttime. Anyways, so I'll tell you all about that, and we're gonna go down this Shanghai. Let's go check out the road. Okay, I'm the content creator for this channel. If you like what I'm doing, just subscribe and hit the like button. The Shanghai right there. So yeah, let's kind of take a look at some of this stuff. So there's an apartment building. We're gonna look in this alley in a second, and then you can see it from a different context. But before we do, it's another Avenida de Amizade, Street of the Friendship, I think. Amizade is like friendship, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Star World Casino is right there. And then there's Wynn Casinos down that way. MGM's around it. And then there's some, I think that's called Zape. And then where we're at is called Nape. And here's Landmark Hotel and Landmark Casino right here. This one. But we're gonna walk down Rua de Shanghai. Landmark Casino, so I guess it takes up this whole block. And it's kind of confusing because I see the word Rua de Shanghai all around here, so I don't know if it's a block or a street. But I'll show you. So this says Rua de Shanghai right there, which was the same name, but it goes down this way now. And I think it also goes down straight the other way too. So it's kind of confusing. And then kind of I want to show you these apartments. So this is kind of a strange place for apartments because I don't know, I just think it's strange anyways. Because this area is kind of more like these kind of cheaper casinos and hotels, or you know, it kind of comes back to that. And this main road, it's kind of a disaster. Like trying to cross it is almost impossible. So you know, when you're on this side and then you're up against that road, you're kind of like you see all that cool stuff over there, but you just can't access it. You can, but it's like not very easily. You got all kinds of stuff that blocks the way right there. I guess you probably want me to examine that now that I mention it. So we'll kind of head back a little bit towards our Rua de Shanghai. So yeah, you can see all this heavy traffic, right? And it's a little bit irritating because like, how do you get across there, right? So there's, you know, like you think you could be able to easily walk across. Like, it's too bad this road didn't go underneath, and they could have built some other stuff maybe on this road. There's a nice park that goes in between, but again, that park, it's like hard to access. So, you know, if you're trying to get over there from here, it's just a nightmare basically. Yeah, like a woman's trying to get a taxi right there. So anyways, if you're living in this apartment, you know, I kind of feel like you're stuck, right? Like you can't really get over there at all. You can, but you have to go way down where those cars are stopped and then walk across, and it's kind of, I don't know, it's not like just walking down one of these streets where you just walk right into the next block. So yeah, somehow that was built in a way that kind of, I don't know, it doesn't really seem very functional. They should probably put that road underground, I would think. Who knows, maybe they still might. This is written in Korean. Aparasa una, sauna. So it's a sauna. So it's a Korean sauna. 24-hour Korean sauna. Shikan open 24 hours. So it's some Korean sauna that's open 24 hours. And this whole area has a lot of saunas. So I don't know where that Korean sauna is at. Could be. Let's see if it says. No, it's written in Chinese. So so it's also written in Korean. So there's some sauna here written in Korean and in Chinese. In Korean it says sauna, which is sa-u-na. Each syllable will have its own Korean character. So you got the Landmark Casino right there, and this at nighttime that's all lit up as well. It's kind of a cool looking car right there. Okay. So I believe we're still on Hua de Shanghai. Got all kinds of shops and such, pharmacy. That's the opening time. It's about mostly 11 o'clock, so 10 o'clock or 11. Anyways, so this street also says Hua de Shanghai. So very confusing that this is all, and that says Hua de Shanghai too. So this street is also Hua de Shanghai, and the street that we're walking down is Hua Shanghai, and then that other little street down there is Hua de Shanghai. So let's just kind of see, we'll just kind of walk across. Let's just see what the name of this one is. This is also called Hua de Shanghai. So this street's also the same. But we're going to keep walking straight because otherwise it gets kind of confusing if I'm clothing. Supermarket. I have been in the supermarket and things seem quite priced quite high. So this is still called Hua de Shanghai, and here's Hua de Peking, Beijing. So Hua de Shanghai. So I think, and there's McDonald's down there too. So Beijing Street, McDonald's is right there. So I think that's kind of talks about, like, you know, how who this all caters to. So mainland Chinese. So you got Shanghai Street and Beijing Street. And you know, these are all kind of the casinos, you know, mostly target mainland Chinese more than anybody. So you won't really see very many Western amenities at all in any of these places. Let's just kind of go back. Ah, it's still Hua de Shanghai. So we're still in Hua de Shanghai. So that's interesting, right? So we're still on Shanghai. So all that was Shanghai back there, all the way down there, and then these kind of side streets, and that street, and then we're still in Shanghai now too. That's kind of interesting, right? Oh, here's a giant building that has beautiful windows. So yeah, Hua de Shanghai. It's interesting. So many streets all that intersect with this street are all called the same street. Huh. Well, this is interesting too, because this little street over here is also called Hua de Shanghai as well. So yeah, this street is also Hua de Shanghai. So there's a group of people there, and let's kind of walk by. So it says right there, Hua de Shanghai, right in that spot as well. So this is also Hua de Shanghai. So yeah, this street, that street, those streets like that. You ever seen anybody carry a bunch of fans quite like that? So all this is Hua de Shanghai. We're going to go all the way to the beginning of the street. So interesting. So many of these are Hua de Shanghai. Yeah, then speaking of, so the street behind me was kind of hard to get by, right? Then this one is also hard to get by because you can see it has all this stuff in the middle. Big median, right? And this one actually does go underground. So because of that median, it's also hard to get over there too. And then on that side there's Soulbrigada Hospital, but it's way up on the hill. That one's actually easy to get to because once you get over there, there's an elevator that goes up directly up there. But this street right here is kind of a nightmare. So like if you're in this little area, basically you're kind of landlocked by this street because it's so hard to get across that street. You can get over that overpass right there. And over there, I don't know how you get across. You have to walk. Oh, there's another overpass way down there. So there's an overpass there and an overpass there. So if you're in here, you're kind of stuck. And basically when I'm in here, I just feel like it's just like, you know, Huade Beijing, Huade Shanghai, just kind of caters towards this like trapped tourism. So yeah, that's the Shanghai. It's a Huade Shanghai Street right there. So they even give them mainland Chinese names, right? Yeah, you're locked in like that side, and you're locked in down that side, so it's hard to get to those casinos. And everything here is kind of like saunas, hotels. So right here is the Holiday Inn Express. So there's Emperor Hotel. There's all these different hotels in this area. So let's just kind of go down a little bit. And then it seems like this whole area is almost all. Let me see if this is a little bit curious if there's other Shanghai stuff around here too. But yeah, so yeah, like let's just kind of go down this alley if we can go down this alley. And I'm just going to tell you a little bit more. So yeah, if you're in this area, I think it's called Zape or Nape. There's one of them on the other side of that main road that we started at. Was one of them is called Nape and the other is called Zape. Let's just kind of see what this street is called. Huh. So this street actually has a different name. So that's the name of that main street right here. So for some reason that has that name. And then I think this is going to go in and we're going to be Shanghai again. It looks like I'm on the wrong side of that barrier. Yeah, that's Huade Shanghai up there. I don't know how I got inside that. Okay, then that street is the name of that big one over there. Alameda de Carlos de Asunción is that one. And then here's Huade Peking again, Beijing, and then Shanghai. So Shanghai is like that one, and then Peking is that one, and this one. Yeah, it's quite strange. So these little blocks, they kind of, it's like most of them are called Street of Beijing and Street of, yeah, that's like this little trapped little space with those two roads that make it really hard to get to either side. And that's why I'm surprised that one apartment building that's sitting on that real busy street, like you'd just be stuck in this little thing of like casinos and saunas and all this kind of Chinese mainland tourism stuff. So you feel quite removed from the city in this area. And also as another side, all the stuff was here's Huade Beijing, and we're going to come back to our main focus, which was the Shanghai one, and then we'll probably end it when we get back up there again in a minute. But yeah, you're kind of trapped in this little space, right? And it feels removed. Like when I'm in here, I don't feel like I'm in Macau. I feel like I'm in mainland China. And then yeah, you see Street of Shanghai and Street of Beijing, and they kind of go all over the place. Multiple streets have the same name. And there it is right there. So okay. So yeah, that's where we started, was right there. So we started big barricade that you can't really get across there very easily, and then you get down here, and then again another barricade that you can't get across very easily either, right? Down that way, so yeah, that blocks it, and that blocks it. So okay. So anyways, hope you like that one. Huade Beijing and Shanghai. Kind of stroll up and down it real quick. There you go. Chiquinha, Chiquinha.